So the question about how galleries can help artists, in a way, there are so many different types of artists and there are so many different types of galleries. So in some ways, we need to define them, and there are commercial galleries and there are more public space galleries. And then you can make work outside of the institution of a gallery, which is, yes, there's many ways in which artists kind of approach the idea of galleries. From me, and especially in specific relationship with working with a BCA gallery, I was aware of its, or became aware of how important education was part of the gallery's ethos. And I suppose as an artist, those things aren't my concern, or certainly me as an artist, I'm not necessarily concerned with how educationally valuable my work is. I think that's the difficult thing for me to take on board. I think it would change my way of making work if I thought about that too much, personally speaking. But I guess the relationship between artist and gallery is this kind of meeting point, and you have conversation to begin with, and there's a sense of mutual interest. And an exchange, and it's never, I don't believe it's ever just one way, that there's a final package work that just gets deposited into a space and it exists there for a certain amount of weeks and then leaves again. I kind of like to have a conversation, build up some sort of a relationship with people who are working in a space. It's very difficult to work with a gallery when they don't understand where you come from. From my point of view, I think that education and galleries, it can be a problematic thing where education becomes a priority sometimes, where work may have to be dumbed down in some ways or over-explained. And I think it's a little bit disrespectful to an audience that they can't come up to a level, or that everything within a space has to be understood, has to be deconstructed. So there's a fine balance between this idea of educational value and work. And I guess my role within that exchange is to have work and to produce work and to have as much background information available as possible, perhaps, but just to kind of have it, and then everything else works around that. But a gallery is a great place. I mean, I couldn't function without places like this where they give me a fee for a residency and a fee for showing. And obviously then there's a sense of, with the commercial galleries it's slightly different. It's much more on a sense of the art market, which is a very different kind of set of values and rules to it.